Alright, what up, it's Shankster94, and welcome to my 10th weekly Q&A, and being number 10, it's a first two-digit number, so I think I'm going to make this one an extra half an hour for you guys. So, make it an hour and a half. So let me go to the watch page here. Whoop. There we go. Uh-oh. Come on. Come on, chat. Work with me here. What the heck? Why? That chat is not showing up in my box. Just what the hell? Alright, let's try something. Close the chat. And then reconnect it. Can I not have just a clean stream ever? Okay. So I got the view count here. There we go. Alright. Alright. So, what up, Wyatt Chartrand? Well, if anyone addresses you, how about you ignore him? You. Yep. Happy belated 4th. Yep. Got On God Sin, DeAndre, Zelda Heights, Dylan Espinoza, Political Key, Blackbird, Needy Shield, Jeremiah. Lots of regulars here. Alright. So, what's up? I know. I'm not making it 4 hours, Wyatt. No way. That will be for like the 100th or something. My favorite day of the week, it's probably Wednesday. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and start the hour and a half timer. Start. Hello. Doing great. What inspired me to do weapon reviews? It's because I ran out of games to do melee move reviews on, so I figured try a new element, one that covered the entire series and not just the modern games. I know, the epilogue of my Resident Evil Let's Plays, it's all awesome, and that's why it's like, when I get way into it, once I'm like up to Resident Evil 5, those epilogues are going to be so epic, you know? Ignore your double comment. Have I bought Resident Evil 5 Remastered on the Xbox One? Yeah. The problem is, there's something wrong with my Xbox One hardware to where it can never host an online session. It crashes my console every time. It doesn't matter what game it is. It happens for 5, 6, and Revelations 2. I don't know. Like, I looked it up, and I've seen other people have the same problem, and apparently it's a hardware issue. Something with the hardware, and I need to get a different Xbox One or update entirely if I'm ever going to play online on those games on the One. But I have a long time until then, and by then I'll probably get the brand new Xbox One X by then, so we'll see what happens. Alright. So, have I ever played Outlast 2? No. So I have not beat it. The current car that I have now, Wyatt, after my last one got stolen, I think it will last a while. It only has 140,000 miles on it. First question from Blackbird Brandy. Why do this at 11 at night? Well, it's 11 where you're at. It's only 8 here. So I can't really help that. And besides, I'm trying to make every single Q&A different from each other, so I will go as early or as late as possible in some cases. One day, no joke, I may do this at 1 in the morning where I'm at. That way, people on the other side of the world are already up, and that side of the earth can communicate with me for once. Well, then, if they're just already written out, why don't you put maybe like a 2-minute or 1-minute gap in between questions? Because, yeah, you do. There are times when your comments are, you do like 6 at a time before another person gets their question in. So it's like, spread it out a little bit, you know? All right. And I got someone revving a motorcycle right outside my window. All right. Favorite enemy in Resident Evil 2? Probably Mr. X. In my opinion, what is the most toxic gaming community? The ones that are all fanatic with the FPS war games, I guess. It's only because it's my least favorite. The worst thing about the Resident Evil gaming community, if anyone ever wants it to stay survival action instead of survival horror. Don't really have a favorite pickup line, to be honest. Am I familiar with Microsoft Office software? Yes, I use Microsoft Word a lot. In fact, sometimes, you may not know it, but when I do my prologues for my Let's Plays, they're actually scripted. I write them in advance, so I speak like very clear and straightforward and don't have a bunch of gaps in my speech. Do I think the world will end in some nuclear war? Well, the way Trump is handling things, we're probably already on the verge of that. I mean, it's it's been predicted by The Simpsons or something like that, that Trump's going to bring this country down. But I don't get into politics. All right. Do I think Resident Evil 8 will be in first person? I don't know. I'd rather not speculate. Actually, Political Key, I changed all of my thumbnails. I stopped with the whole screenshot of the Q&A and decided to actually create one that I could just simply update by number. That's it. Makes it easier on me because I'm always trying to squeeze in the thumbnail right before the stream. This way, though, I can give you guys a custom thumbnail as soon as I schedule the next stream. How many times have I been rejected by girls? If you count ghosting, a few times. What's harder for me, Outbreak or Code Veronica X? Probably Outbreak, especially if you go into harder difficulties. Code Veronica X, I think, I know like the back of my hand now, so it'll never give me trouble again. How far away is the Resident Evil 4 walkthrough? Whew, boy. You have at least, now that I'm done with Code Veronica, and we'll be starting Gaiden soon, you still have about 7 games in between. So, it's quite far off, Blackbird. Sorry about that. My favorite anime? Easy. Naruto. And that includes Naruto, Naruto Shippuden, and Boruto. So, yeah. What's the worst console in my opinion? The worst console? Probably the Virtual Boy. Do I consider myself a grammar Nazi? Yeah, I am somewhat of a grammar Nazi because whenever I see someone put your instead of you are in contraction form, yeah, I always have the desperate urge to correct them. And do I at least think good grammar is important in life? I do think so. I really wish, like, seeing how society is converting to the text lingo in almost everything, it just looks very lazy and unintelligent. So, yeah, I am a grammar Nazi. Do I think Ashley Graham in her armor suit can die? Yeah, there are probably some points in the game to where she just, I mean, they are scripted to die if you don't do something about it. So, yeah, I think she can die in some stages, like in the example you just gave. But you cannot physically kill her, and nor can conventional enemies. Scariest Resident Evil game? The first one is pretty dang scary, especially the remake version. Resident Evil 7, though, it was one of the scariest ones I've played in a long time. But then again, I'm 22 going on 23. I'm not scared easily anymore. Do I know how to use the Chicago typewriter? Do I know how to use it, or do I know how to unlock it? What's your question? I mean, there's nothing to knowing how to use it, but to unlock it, you simply beat the game, I believe. My top 5 favorite handguns in the entire series. It's the M92F. It's the Beretta M92F, the Red 9. See, that's a really broad question. Dang it. I need to start making top 5 lists, seriously, in preparation of these kinds of questions. But I know my top 2 are the Beretta M92F and the Red 9 handgun from Resident Evil 4. That's for sure. I mean, I like the Matilda in any form, and let's just say Blacktail would be number 4, and the VP70 is number 5. How about that? That may not be a true, honest top 5, but I'm just throwing something out there because I can't think like that right now. All right. Worst thing about my job at the news station? Let's see here. When a problem occurs on air and we have to, like, think very, very fast to get past it and make sure the rest of the show is good. Do I hate contamination? A little bit. I mean, I did work in fast food one time, and it was actually a big deal. Best thing about my job at the news station. Being the director on the weekends. Have I ever watched The Amazing World of Gumball? Nope. Pissed if Resident Evil 8 killed off all the main characters and made me play as whiny teenage girls? Yeah, that would be a joke of a game. What was worse in my opinion, Gaiden or Raccoon City? I don't like Raccoon City as much. I think that's the worst game because it's butchering an established plot, while Gaiden at least had an original storyline. That is considered non-canon at this point, but then so is Operation Raccoon City. How many subscribers would I like to have? 1 million. Who wouldn't? How many subscribers do I think I should have is a better question. I feel like by now, being on here for 7 years, I should have at least 50K, but not even close. I'm only at 6K. 30 hunters versus 10 female ganados and 10 monks with scythes. I think the hunters are going to win there, bro. Have I ever seen the anime Black Lagoon? It's very good. I'm sure it is. I haven't, and I don't think I plan on it. Is there a specific reason why I like Naruto? I think it's just a badass anime, that's why. Do I play Tekken 7? If you haven't, I'm assuming you haven't seen any of the previous Q&As, but that's actually my second favorite franchise is Tekken. So yeah, I do play Tekken 7. The worst thing about YouTubing, them screwing with the advertising system and taking away my monetization, that's what. It's my zodiac sign, Cancer. Mainly melee only Wesker versus an Iron Maiden. I think Wesker could make it work with his Rhino charge. He'll just penetrate all of those Plaga within. What do I think do I think the 2DS was a stupid idea? Yeah, it was retarded. You're basically taking the 3DS and all you're doing is taking the 3DS and taking away the 3D feature. So isn't that just like a regular DS? Just with better graphics? Hello, Max Park. Favorite death in Resident Evil 7? There's not too many ways you can die, but it's probably Jack sawing you to death. Or I believe, no, he scissors your head off or something like that. Do I spray thoughts with thought begone? What? Do I prefer Revelations or Revelations 2? I like Revelations 1 better. Yes, I beat Separate Ways. Over 10 years ago. Thoughts on Resident Evil 4 getting the Chronicles treatment and being reimagined as an on-rails shooter? I don't know about that. They should leave Resident Evil 4 alone. It's one of the best in the franchise, almost regarded as the best by fans. So no, they shouldn't mess with that. Most frustrating part of Separate Ways, it's when you're battling on the ship. You got all those guns and freaking soldiers to deal with. Thank you, political. Most frustrating aspect of Assignment Ada. Just Assignment Ada I feel like is pretty simple. Maybe it's storage space for the Plaga samples. Do I think Rebecca and Billy should get married if they bring him back? Sure. That is one of the fanfic couples, if you ask me. Am I aware that Assignment Ada is non-canonical? Yeah, I am. It's basically just... It's reiterating the same objective that is canonical. Except it's weird, though, because instead of her usual phone, it's more of a walkie-talkie. So, yeah, I know it's not canonical. Separate Ways, on the other hand, is. Favorite sports? Mine is baseball. Most frustrating part of Assignment... Yeah. Have I ever had food poisoning? No. Have I ever broken a bone? Nope. Why do I like the Resident Evil series? Because it basically invented survival horror. It's been going for over 20 years and is still going strong. And it was my first introduction to the world of scary gameplay. First played it when I was 6 years old. Way too young to start off, but still, I have no regrets. Do I consider myself a feminist? No. I don't like being labeled. Unless you call me a completionist or perfectionist or a solipsist. Anyway, don't label me. What's the scariest movie I've ever seen? Paranormal Activity. The first. When do I think I'll hit 7K subscribers? In about 6 months. Worst version of the Lightning Hawk. Probably 6. Favorite station? You mean season? Mine is winter. Worst anime I've ever seen. Out of the 6 anime I've ever watched, the worst one, which wasn't bad at all of the ones I've seen were pretty good. But then again, probably Eureka 7 AO. Astral Ocean. Alright. The II and Orc, do certain people want to kill Leon, or depending on the roster? You asked that question before, and it's just the way you're wording it. I don't understand what you're asking. Do certain people want to kill Leon or save depending on your roster? It doesn't matter. You make the choice of killing or saving Leon. The game randomizes the other 2 members on your team who... See, I don't know what you're asking, Dylan. Point it. It doesn't matter what the AI does. It's your choice. Which company do I get my internet from? Charter. What's my second favorite game after Resident Evil? Tekken. Well, Resident Evil 2 Tyrant Mutated versus Nemesis Mutated second. I still think the Tyrant's going to win because of its gigantic claw. Nemesis Mutated or second form, it's just him, but all his tentacles are exposed, and he's still not super lethal, if you ask me. M3 or TAP-194? I'll take the M3. What firearm would I rather have in real life? A shotgun or a musket? I think I'd rather have a shotgun. 3 regenerators versus 1 Super Salvador and 1 detachable Spider Plaga Parasite. I think the Super Salvador is going to win. You could just chop him up. Favorite Stephen King movie? It. Have I seen the most recent Fantastic Four movie? No, and I heard it was horrible, so now I have no interest. The minigun guy, pain in the ass. It's either JJ or the Gatling gun Majini, depending on which game you're talking about. Most frustrating Resident Evil 4 Mercenaries moment. Getting through Village with Leon. Or getting my head chopped off in Village. Have I finally seen Damnation or Vendetta? I finally watched Damnation, actually, just today. No joke. And it's pretty alright. It's a nice follow... It's a nice lead-up to 6, because that's what it was meant as. I have not seen Vendetta, though. I'm waiting for the DVD. They should bring back the PRL 412. I agree. Like, as a throwback weapon, for sure. Don't spoil anything for me, guys, about, like, Vendetta or anything like that, because I haven't seen it yet. Die by drowning or die by fire? I think I would rather drown. Favorite type of video game? Example, fighting, adventure, etc. Adventure, for sure. What gun was worse, Parker's handgun or the Punisher? I mean, with enough upgrades, you could get Parker's handgun to be a suitable weapon. Punisher, even whether it's upgraded or not, it's still a sucky weapon, if you ask me. So I'm going to go with the Punisher was worse. The game I sucked at the most, whether it's Resident Evil or not. Okay. Probably Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. In the PS4 of Resident Evil 4, they should have made costumes for Ada in separate ways. I don't know anything about the PS4 version, man. What is my opinion of the most gruesome death scene in Resident Evil? The most gruesome death. God, it's too broad. I know I've answered this question before, and I can't even remember my own answer, you know? That's how broad the question is. But, okay, simply getting impaled by the Garrador in Resident Evil 4 is what I've been saying is the most gruesome death I've seen. Just, you start with the face, and then he finishes you off through the chest, so, yeah. Definitive... Why do you put definitive at the beginning of everything? Definitive opinion on the 223 semi-automatic rifle versus the 223 bolt action. I'll take semi-automatic. It's just more convenient. Maybe weaker, but at least you won't get your head chopped off in the middle of bolt action. Most annoying enemy in Resident Evil 2. Most annoying enemy in Resident Evil 2. Probably the ivy plants. My favorite phase of Simmons is when basically the one where you get to stab a lightning rod in his bug eye. Yeah, he has like 3 different phases, right? He starts off as just this typical, like, feral monster, and then he goes into, like, this Tyrannosaurus Rex version, and then he's finally just a big-ass insect. So, yeah, it would be the 3rd phase, I guess. Definitive opinion on the best strategy for incendiary grenades in Resident Evil 4. Keep your distance, only use it on crowds. The only... Yeah. Running out of stamina in 6. I think it was a nice feature, though, so you wouldn't just melee spam. Favorite Resident Evil 5 weapon is the Smith & Wesson M500. Would I rather be in Navy SEALs or the Marine Corps if I had to choose? I'd be in the Navy SEALs. Pissed if Resident Evil 8 takes place 100 years from the current timeline where all the current characters are dead. Depends on what they do with it. I mean, that is pretty far-fetched, but it would change things up quite dramatically. The most stupid enemy in Resident Evil 1 Remake. See, I don't know that game too well, but... Freaking, how about the crows? I don't know. I don't know that game too well. I don't know all the enemies in it. I don't remember what was added. Okay. Beltway, Kill Leon. Yeah. It doesn't matter which one of the team members you are, you still have a choice of whether... Yeah. If Beltway is with you, the game randomizes which members of the team go to which side. So, I don't think there is... I'm not too sure, but I don't think the game will always choose one choice for a specific character if they are AI controlled. If that doesn't answer your question, man, you just need to look it up and stop thinking I'm going to be able to answer it. Would I consider smoking pasta for $2,500, $2,500? Smoking pasta, huh? Sure. That's all I have to do. Best and worst mobile smartphone games I've played. Okay, the best one I've ever played was probably this game that I'm currently playing called Crazy Circle. The worst mobile smartphone game I've ever played is Resident Evil Degeneration. Oh my god. Which in 1911 is my most favorite in the series? 0, 4, Revelations, or 7? The M1911 wasn't 4. No, it wasn't. The 1911 wasn't in 4. It was in 0, Outbreak, Revelations, and 7. But it wasn't in 4. But anyway, my favorite version would probably be Resident Evil Outbreak. Have I watched Suicide Squad? Yes, I own it, and it is a pretty good movie. Have I watched the Bourne movies? Wait, what? Jesus. Yeah, I've watched them all the way up to Ultimatum. So I haven't seen the last, like, 2. Do I watch my own videos? From time to time, I might look them over. I can never really watch whole videos made by myself because I'm the one who made them, so I experienced them like no one else could because I'm the creator. And that's good enough for me. Thoughts on how to solve world poverty? I don't know. See, the population is only growing, so it's only going to get harder. So, as morbid as it sounds, humanity probably could use a mass extinction. What's the scariest game I have played that was non-Resident Evil? Slender Man, probably. Either that or Eerie. Red 9 or Samurai Edge? I'll take the Samurai Edge, considering that is the M92F, essentially. Have I watched the movie Passengers with Chris Pratt? No, I haven't. And there you go. You got 7 questions, like 6 questions in a row. Most and least favorite actor. Most favorite actor is Jim Carrey. Least favorite actor, I don't have one. Have I ever seen the movie Asylum? No. Or have I seen the movie Arrival? No. Have I seen rebooted Blair Witch? No. Have I seen the movie The Hateful Eight? No. By Anita Shield. Maybe Claire or Carlos Oliveira should be together when they return him to place. Poor Steve. Claire and Carlos. Sure. That would be something. I don't think that's going to happen. They have no connection. Would I consider myself to be too shy or social in public? Well, I'm a lot more social than I used to be. But in public, I think I would be alright. I mean, I'm doing pretty well with these live streams right now. Alright, what... Did I waste my ammo on Lisa or Trevor, or did I run past her? It's better if you just run past her. Favorite type of grenade round? The freeze rounds, or nitrogen rounds, depending on which game. Favorite enemy name in Resident Evil 3? Drain Deimos. Yeah. Do I think the grenade launcher had infinite ammo in Resident Evil 5? Do I with the grenade launcher? Well, game-wise, there's technically not an infinite grenade launcher, but there's been a mod on it for years, so. Have I played the mobile smartphone game 8-Ball Pool 8? No. Am I aware that the Killer 7 is named after another video game? Yes. And I even made a reference to it in my weapon review. Did I know that in the mobile version of Resident Evil 4, the shotgun sound is replaced with a revolver sound? That's retarded. Would I play Words with Friends? I don't know anything about that game, so probably not. Would I rather have an anti-material rifle or the Samurai Edge in real life? I'd rather have the Samurai Edge. Do I think that the mobile version of 4 could be updated to run and look better with new technology that mobile devices have? Should be. Not interested in mobile, though, that much. Pretty sure Leon's starting shotgun is the Remington. Can you confirm or disconfirm this? Leon's starting shotgun. Need to be more specific. Because Leon's in more than one game. In Resident Evil 2, it is a Remington. It's like a sawed-off version. It's essentially the M1100. Favorite Resident Evil couple, girl and boy, Leon and Ada. How do I ignore trolls so easily? Because every time I used to engage with trolls, I would always leave a massive pit in my stomach, and it never came out positive. So I just don't do it anymore, because nothing good will come of it. What bleach do I use? I don't use bleach. Do I think about seeing the new Blair Witch? I thought about it, because I love the original. Will I feature a kin in my Q&A? One day, perhaps. Did I always have over 100 TMP ammo in my inventory in Resident Evil 4 that I never used? Probably, actually. Favorite candy bar? There you go. It's definitely Babe Ruth. Baby Ruth. Do I find it odd that Ada could never use a Magnum in Resident Evil 4? There's a lot of weapons she can't use just because the game scripts her that way. Technically, yeah, she can use a Magnum in Chronicles. Haha. Do I like the Bethesda's games? I have no idea what those are. If I would become a monster, what would I be? A zombie, vampire, or werewolf? Vampire. Is the basic shotgun I get in the village in Resident Evil 4 a Remington? I don't know, man. Look it up. Favorite scene in Resident Evil 4? It's when Leon... Probably when Leon flips a Ganado over his head. When he's bound with Luis. Do I think Resident Evil Revelations 3 should take place off from Part 2, or maybe even 0, 1, 5, 6? Well, considering Revelations 1 was between 4 and 5, and Revelations 2 was between 5 and 6, it would only make sense if 3 was between 6 and 7. But then again, they already did that with Vendetta, so who knows? They'll put it between 7 and 8. What's more useful, shotguns or SMGs? Shotguns, no doubt. What consoles do I currently own? I own a Xbox 360, Xbox One, a PS2, a Nintendo Wii, a Nintendo DS, and technically an FC Twin, which is the combination of a Super Nintendo and an original Nintendo. Were I an edgelord when younger? The fuck is that? Probably not, considering I don't even know what it is. El Gigante versus 10 Regenerators and 5 crossbow-wielding militia Ganados. El Gigante is just going to crush them all. Favorite car model? Ferrari F50. What do I have more memories with, the PS1 or the N64? The PS1 by far. I've only ever played 5 games on the N64 in my life. I've played over 30 on the PS1. Would I rather die by being impaled or get my head chopped off? Well, getting my head chopped off is more of an instant death than impalement, so I'll go with that. Okay, well, I've never played any of those games then, Jeremiah. Was I aware that Resident Evil 4 has additional backstory published for it that has details of how Leon has started his handgun custom made? I was not aware of that, actually. That's pretty interesting. Did I notice that in Resident Evil 4... Uh-oh, it's buffering. Did I notice that in Resident Evil 4, for separate ways, they didn't fix the quality in that minigame? Yeah, it did. That was retarded. Jeez, Wyatt, getting a little personal there, but if you must know, my parents are still together. Have I ever played Destiny? Nope. At what age did I start living by myself? 21. Ford or Chevy? Ford. El Gigante versus Leech Queen. It's pretty dang close, but I know I have more experience with the El Gigante. I don't know much about the Leech Queen, so I'm just gonna go with a biased answer and say El Gigante. What the hell, Jeremiah? Ass or tits? It's quite a compromise. Let's go with the former. Leech Queen versus Simmons. What's with the Leech Queen? Okay, Simmons, considering he has 3 different forms, and Queen Leech only has 1. Will I do a vid where I show off all of my games? I don't know about that. Wow, this thing is magnetic. I didn't even know. Anyway. Who is my favorite singer? Jeez. That is broad. Right now, it's probably Ariana Grande. Favorite character in GTA 5? See, I didn't play GTA 5 enough to memorize everyone's name, but it's the black guy. How about that? Which character partner should appear in Revelations 1? Wait. Which character partner should appear in Revelations 3 or 8? Jill and Sheva, Leon, Christina, Hunk, or Mora? I don't know, man. Ashley should not return at all. Let's just get that out of the way. Hunk wouldn't be a good partner character. He's more of an antagonist. So let's just go with Sheva. Let's just go with Jill and Sheva. Eaten by a huge snake or a huge shark? Well, a huge snake swallows you whole and then digests you. The shark rips you to shreds. Fuck. I don't like either one. I'll go with the snake. Favorite death in Resident Evil Revelations 1? Shoot. I think I enjoyed when Abyss just crushes your skull or something like that. Hydra or Riot Gun? Hydra. Ada should have her own game. Maybe. Am I good at singing or dancing? No. Am I generally suspicious of non-Resident Evil games? What do you mean generally suspicious? I don't take too much interest in non-Resident Evil games, if that's what you're saying. Other than Tekken, maybe Crash Bandicoot, and stuff like that. Difference between Riot Gun and Assault Shotgun. There's not much of a difference. I believe they are both the Benelli M4, or the Benelli M3, in some sense. What would I do if I saw someone disrespecting women? I would tell them to take a hike. Here we go with the sex questions. Sex 3 times with Hunnigan or sex once with Claire? Take Hunnigan. Hunnigan is smart and still looks pretty good, so yeah. Do you think Ada should have her own game without Leon being involved? No. If there's ever a game with Leon, Ada needs to be there. If there's ever a game with Ada, Leon needs to be there. It's just the way it is. See, that's why Gaiden, that's why I'm thankful Gaiden is considered non-canon, because Ada's not in it, but Leon is. Get to marry... Wait. What is the easiest mercenaries? The easiest mercenaries is probably 5. Get to marry Jill or sex 3 times with Ada? I'm not too interested in marrying Jill, so I'll go with the sex 3 times with Ada. Since she is my favorite female Resident Evil character. Does it rain a lot where I live? No, it doesn't. Especially in this season, it doesn't at all. But we did get quite a flooding season between February and April. Thank you, Dylan. So yeah, Franklin is my favorite character from GTA 5. What is the meaning of life? 42. Do I think Claire and Moira will join the BSAA? Maybe. Hunk and Leon versus 10 Ganados, 1 Yawn, and 5 Hunters. That is a lot for them to handle, buddy. Yeah, with 5 Hunters alone, it's pretty tough. Hunk and Leon. I think they're going to die. Do I think Chris will retire in the series? Eventually. I mean, his mind can only handle so much loss. Do I think Hunk good, bad, or just doing business? Probably just doing business. Why didn't they keep the decapitation in 5, 6, Revelations 1, 2, just like they did in 4 and 7? I don't know. They were just too worried about, violence and gore, even though it's what the series is based on. But have I noticed that Hunk is only seen during Resident Evil 2 and 2 based games? I don't know where he is, really. Would I rather have the Samurai Edge with infinite ammo or the Albert 01 non-replica with infinite ammo? I'd rather have the Albert 01. Be insanely attractive or insanely smart? Brains beats looks. Ow. Not shallow. So, yeah. An insanely attractive person is nothing if they don't got the brains to go with it. So, who would win, Hunk or Chris? Both equipped with knives. I think Hunk's going to win. He's Mr. Death, after all. I don't have a favorite pickup line. That was already asked. Favorite character model in Resident Evil? Barry, Jill, Chris, Leon, or Ada? Ada. MP5 or P90? MP5, for sure. Gaiden, 1 part or 3? As of right now, I feel like I'm only going to be playing it once. From what I remember, there's no diversity whatsoever in it. Play Gaiden for at least 3 hours a week for the rest of my life, or never play Resident Evil 4 or 7 again. I wouldn't mind playing Gaiden for 3 hours a week. Do I think Hunnigan and Resident Evil... I'll just go in a circle for an hour. Or 3 hours. Do I think Hunnigan and Resident Evil 4 gives good advice, even though I didn't care, even though you didn't care or nor pay attention that much? I think she does. Leon wouldn't be much without her, like the way it's established now. Would I rather catch my significant other cheating or have them catch me cheating? It's fucked up either way. But I am all for loyalty, so it's never going to happen with me. So I guess I would rather catch them cheating, but then they're not going to have a boyfriend after that. Who's strong? Who's stronger mentally, Leon or Chris? Mentally, I think Leon is much stronger. Chris's mind just goes off the handle, like, when someone dies. Do I think Ashley looks sexy in her Special 1 costume? A little bit, but she's still annoying as fuck. Chris almost retired in 6, and then his partner died. Yeah, so he's probably getting close. Favorite Wesker in the series, CVX or Resident Evil 5? I think I like Resident Evil 5 Wesker more. What are the similarities and the differences between the Sweeper and the Farfarello? The Sweeper is just a poisonous hunter, while Farfarello is like a hunter that can get invisible. So the similarities is that they're both a breed of hunter. The difference is I just said it. Thoughts on Resident Evil 8, having Hunk as the only playable character where his identity is known from the beginning and you play the whole game with his face visible. That would be something. It's better than some of the other suggestions you had. So, sure, why not? But favorite Metallica album? Ride the Lightning. Would I rather have brains or looks? Well, I just answered that, so you probably already asked that before I got the answer out, so you already have it. Have I noticed that Resident Evil 4 is the goriest game? It has decapitation, impalement, and he's also ripped in half. Yeah, of course, I played the entire series. So yeah, 4 is pretty good. And Resident Evil 4, when Leon in his police outfit, do I think Ada is Assignment Ada or police officer costume 2? She doesn't have a police officer costume. You mean her like a Resident Evil 2 outfit? Ugh, I don't know. Have I ever tried coffee ice cream, beer-flavored ice cream, wine ice cream, black? I've tried none of those. Who do I think is the most famous character in the series? The most famous character is probably Leon. It's either that or Chris, for sure. Do I get the thing about the game of the floor is lava? Sort of. Have I ever shot a gun in real life? No. I've held a gun in real life, though. Would I give a girl another chance after cheating on you under any circumstance? She'll have to pay... She will literally have to beg. Or she'll have to do something to let me know that it was an honest mistake. Who is the most mysterious Who is the most mysterious Resident Evil character? Hunk, Wesker, Ada, Merchant, or Ethan? Honestly, it's probably the Merchant from Resident Evil 4. If Ada died in Resident Evil 2, whether in scenario A or B, do you think Leon would go out with Claire? Maybe. But I think he had a better chance with Angela from Degeneration. So... Did I like Resident Evil Code Veronica X? Yes. Do I trust my subscribers? In general? Yeah. You subscribe to me, so obviously you enjoyed something out of my channel. Then again, I have a feeling I do have a subscriber out there who does dislike my content every time I upload something new. Because these days, almost all of my videos get its first dislike within the first month. So, yeah. But in general, I do trust my subscribers. Thoughts on the existence of heaven and or hell? I'm not that religious, so I just don't think about it that much. I honestly don't think there's a hell. And maybe even be Sherry's daughter. What? Least funny comedy I've ever watched. I just don't know. I don't really like least favorite questions, to be honest. How would I feel if Louis Serra got revived somehow and he was the main character in the next game? Far-fetched. Yeah. But hell, I would first of all wonder how the hell did they revive him. Would I rather be rich or found my true love? I would rather have found my true love. I don't need money to be happy. What are the 5 best horror games other than Resident Evil that I like? Dead Rising, Left 4 Dead, Silent Hill, Devil May Cry, and shit. Let's just go with Fatal Frame. So, biggest mistake. Nope. Kill a rat, or hear Ashley say, "Hey, Leon," for the rest of your life. I'm gonna stomp on a rat. Thank you. Pest. Chris Boulder punching Redfield. Yeah. Do I think the internet arguments are productive? Nope. That's why I stopped doing them myself. Which infected enemy is more annoying? Ganados, Maginis, Ooze, Juavo, or Afflicted? Most annoying, in my opinion, are the Juavo. Who had the most appearance in the Resident Evil series? Chris has many appearances, then again, so does Leon. Honestly, I think Chris does have the most screen time out of any game. It's either that or... yeah, it's Chris. But when it comes to... how do I think that Jill got her red spider on her in Resident Evil 5 in the game and the movie? It was placed on her. Simple as that. Least intelligent playable Resident Evil character. Least intelligent playable Resident Evil character. Probably Ashley Graham or Steve Burnside. Do I think... or Jim, yeah. What are the Red Hunters called in Code Veronica? Those are sweepers. Sex 10 times with Angela from D-Generation, or sex with Ada once. My God. Well, 10 times sure beats the hell out of just 1 time, so... and Angela is pretty good looking, so there you go. Do you think it'd be a cool Easter egg if they put the merchant in the next game, at least at one point in the game, where you can buy weapons from him against once? I don't know, because that would be sort of thrown back to the more action-y Resident Evils, where you had like a store to buy stuff from. I don't know about that. Favorite hour of the day? 12 noon. Thoughts on rent prices being too high and whether or not the government should have a role in fixing the problem? Well, it's the reason I'm going to be moving out soon, maybe. Perhaps. Do I believe in reincarnation? Kind of, actually. The merchant should come back if Leon does, and do I think the merchant is still alive despite Ada pressed the destruct button on the island? I don't know what the merchant exactly was in Resident Evil 4, so... Did I know Devil May Cry was supposed to be Resident Evil 4? Yeah, I do know that. Resident Evil 4 had like 3 different versions. If I went broke and became homeless and my personal friends and family wouldn't or couldn't help it, would I turn into a subscriber? Would you turn to a subscriber for help? Possibly. I would turn to someone. At least I have that. Standard zombie versus Ganado. The Ganado's going to win because at least they maintain their intelligence. Am I excited for Red Dead Redemption 2? I don't care much about it, considering I never played the first. Centipede Plaga Ganado versus Spider Plaga Ganado. I think the Centipede's gonna win there. What? Would I rather know when I'm gonna die or how I'm gonna... No. Oh, so the question is, would I rather know when I'm gonna die or how I'm gonna die? I'd rather know how, because then I would take every precaution to prevent it, unless it was by natural causes. If I only know when, I'll be in dread for the rest of my life. So, yeah, I'd rather know how. They should have put Ada in degeneration, just like in Damnation. Probably. That's the only instance where Ada is in a Leon-related thing. Do I like rain better than the sun? Yeah, actually I do. Would I rather marry Ashley and hear her talk for the rest of my life, or be chased by Nemesis for 2 years? Okay, I've said this many times before when it comes to these kinds of questions. If my life is in danger, it's not worth it. I could deal with Ashley's screams. Because when she's not screaming, there's always that. Yep, there that is. Alright, thanks for the $5 donation, Wyatt. Did you write a comment with it? No, you didn't. It doesn't look like it. Did you do it? Okay. Yeah, it's... Okay. Alright, where was I? Okay, be Hitler near the end of World War II, or be a hobo with a 5% chance of being inherited by a rich guy. I'd rather be a hobo. What is my honest opinion on the see you next Tuesday word? What? Is this a trend that's going on that I'm not aware of? What would I do if I have $10 million? Well, life would continue mostly as normal, except I would quit my job right away, and I would get into a more decent place and have a more decent car. How about that? And I would still have lots left over, because I'm not much of a spender. Would I marry a girl who was half horse, a female centaur? Probably, actually. Eat a bread that stinks, or 100% Resident Evil 7 with eyes closed, or hurt my shoulder with a rock. That's like 3 questions in one. I'll take 100% Resident Evil 7 with eyes closed. I bet I could do it. Have I ever seen Friday the 13th? Yes. My favorite one is Jason X. The 10th one. 20 Leons and Adas versus 100 Gigante Ganados. Well, considering one Leon... I think they'll make it work somehow. They're working together. How about that? Which Plaga Parasite is my least favorite in 5? It's the fucking Duvalias, that's what. Be stuck in a Final Destination movie or the Friday the 13th movie? Well, Final Destination... I mean, you're just... avoiding imminent death, while Friday the 13th, you may have a fleeting chance. You're just going to go insane. What do I think will be more predictable for a world ending? An asteroid hitting Earth or causing mass extinction over a year's time, and causing extinction over a year's time, or a super volcano erupting and destroying the Earth? Honestly, I think the asteroid is more predictable. Would I rather be in a deserted island with a billion Ashleys screaming at your name all day, or stuck in a world of loneliness? Well, considering I fare well isolated, I'll choose a world of loneliness. Because a billion Ashleys all at once, I will die within 2 days. Only with custom handguns, Infinity... What? Still. What games am I waiting for to release? As of now, all the games I've been waiting for have been released. So none. Do I wish Nemesis was a playable character in Resident Evil? In some shape or form, sure. Would have been a nice little thing. Die via terrorist attack or die via car crash? Car crash. Favorite flying enemy in Resident Evil? Whatever that bat thing is in Resident Evil 5. Because it plays out one of my favorite cutscenes. I mean, Chris shooting up in the sky. Did I ever do the Ice Bucket Challenge? No. Do I hate brats? Yeah. Do I like modern rock or classic rock? Classic rock. Who do I think is more mysterious, Excella or Ada? I think Ada is more mysterious. Would I rather... I'd rather eat my own. If I won tens of millions in the lottery... Nope, you may not have some. I wouldn't even... Would I destroy humanity if I could? No. Favorite costume in Resident Evil 3? That would be Jill's Regina Lee Dino Stalker outfit. Yeah, I remember 2012. Leon with Punisher in 15 rounds versus Chris with Ithaca in 7 rounds. Chris with the Ithaca is going to win, because that's more overall firepower. Punisher sucks. Albert and Alex Wesker versus Salazar and Sadler. I think the Weskers are going to win there. Thoughts on adults-only games? Have I ever played one? No, I haven't. I would, though. Favorite cartoon as a child? Okay, so... See, my favorite cartoon was American Dragon Jake Long, but that aired between, like, 2003 and 2006, and I was, like, between 9 and 12, so... Up to you if you regard that as a child. If you do, that's my answer. But if you're talking like young days, then it was Blue's Clues. Do I use Colgate? Yeah. Freakishly enough. The hell you spying on me? Would I rather live life being chased by someone who has a 12% chance of killing me in my lifetime, or live life without any social interaction? I'll take my chances with the 12%. Favorite kill in Resident Evil? By player. I see. I think just blowing the Tyrant and Mr. X to bits in 1 and 2 respectively is pretty nice. Do I like bats? In general, I'm neutral on it. In Resident Evil, I don't. What's the animal that I hate the most? I don't hate animals. One I would not want to run into is a skunk. Do I want kids eventually, or do I hate kids? I want kids eventually. I don't hate kids at all. Do I think Brad should have stayed alive and may have been a playable character even in Resident Evil 3 Nemesis: The Mercenaries? I don't know. His, fear of everything got the best of him. Do I play the lottery at all or go to the casinos? I've never played the lottery. I've been to a casino 3 times. And always came out with less than I went in with. So, no. I don't like gambling. Most underrated character in the series. Probably Billy Cohen. Either that or Carlos Oliveira. History or science? I'll go with science. It's going to get us very far. What would I change in Resident Evil 6 to make it more interesting? Scrap Chris and Jake's scenario, simply. Thoughts on pyramid schemes? I don't have any. 2 El Gigantes versus Simmons final form. Simmons final form. Favorite Resident Evil 5 bomb? Okay, it's the proximity bomb. Have I ever played The Sims? Oh yeah, I've played all of the expansion packs of The Sims 1, and a majority of them Sims 2. I've never played The Sims 3 or 4 though. Shotguns or snipers? I'll take shotguns still. Ashley with Blacktail versus Ada with Resident Evil 7's cop pistol. The G18, you mean? Or 17? Whichever one it is. Ada's going to win because she has a lot more firearm experience. Ashley can't do shit. Resident Evil 7 final boss. So Eve versus Darkside Chronicles final boss. So yeah, that guy. I don't know. They're both just these big ass things, but I think Eve's gonna win. Do I think the Cerberus is an avoidable enemy? Yeah, it is. If I got married and had kids, what would happen to my channel? It would become probably a little less productive, but meaning things would come. It would take longer for stuff to come out. But it may change a little bit too. If my family supports my channel, they may get in on it. That would be really interesting. If I had an eventual successor, depending on if YouTube's really going to still be around in 30 years. But, yeah. Nothing... The only thing that's going to make me quit YouTube is if they keep getting more retarded. If they keep pushing YouTubers away in terms of advertisement, monetization, and stuff like that, then I will leave YouTube and switch over to Vimeo or something like that. Alright, got 19 minutes. So, be friends with Nemesis or Tyrant? I'd be friends with Nemesis, big time. Favorite cutscene in 7? When Lucas teases sort of future events of Resident Evil, right after you beat his birthday present part, basically. That I don't do spoilers. Do I take long shits or quick shits? The fuck fuck is wrong with you? Would I rather have Alyssa or Yoko to come back as a side character? Yoko. She was involved with Umbrella a little bit, so, you know. Would I date a girl who has... Yeah, dude. I think Helena should come back. You think Helena should go back? Okay. Sure, why not? Do I like Chinese food? Yeah, I do. I love broccoli and beef. What is my favorite... What? What is my main weapon category? Magnums, for sure. Favorite number and favorite... Okay. My favorite number, actually, is 7. Favorite letter? S. What was a harder boss, Krauser or Wesker? Well, when it comes to Wesker, you need to be more specific. Wait. No, you don't, actually. It was Krauser, for sure. I enjoy battling Wesker, actually. You just beat the hell out of him. And Parker, if he's still alive, depending on the explosion of the ship. Yeah. Alright. I have yet to catch up with you guys. Holy shit. Ashley with TMP or Ashley with TMP and infinite ammo versus 10 El Gigantes. She's gonna die. Sec with... Oh my god. I want kids, Wyatt, so I'll tackle that hell, thank you. Worst enemy in 6. The fucking Lipotitsa. That's what. Would I go hunting if I had the chance? No. I am a believer of life, something like that. Whatever you call that. I don't like spread it or anything, but yeah. Okay, if YouTube went bankrupt and shit down tomorrow, would I just give up or stream somewhere else? I would go to a different outlet. I wouldn't just give up like that. No. I'd find other ways to make content. There's always Facebook. There's always Vimeo. And there's a lot of things, so. Favorite Dr. Seuss book or movie? Okay, well, see, my favorite book is The Cat in the Hat. But my favorite movie is How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Have I ever went fishing? If so, what fish I have caught? I have gone fishing in my life, and I have basic trout is what I've caught. And I've caught bass. Would I go to the shooting range to try shooting a gun? Yeah, I would. I would love to do that, actually. Who do I wish was a playable character in Resident Evil? Ricardo, no. Barry in Resident Evil 1 should have been playable at some point because they made Rebecca playable. Favorite chips? Lay's sour cream and onion potato chips. Who is my favorite character in Outbreak? Kevin Ryman. Do I think Jake should only appear in a CGI movie or side character? Yeah, maybe. I don't know, though. He was pretty significant. What does the BSAA stand for? Shit. It's like bio... I forgot, actually. Stands for Bioterrorism Security Assessment Alliance. Alright. Would I rather spend a day alone with Lucas Baker or Marguerite Baker? Lucas. Ashley's ducking when you aim, or Jim's fainting. Pretty much. Do I think the guy... Doesn't. I don't care what he is. He made the wrong decision. Would I join STARS, BSAA, DSO, TerraSave, TriStar, or Umbrella Corps? Well, fuck Umbrella Corps, but I would join BSAA. Do I know Pokemon? Yeah. I don't do anything with it, though. That was funny when I said Ashley will die from using it. Yeah, she will. Am I for or against gay rights? I am for gay rights. Jake Wesker, Alex versus Sadler, Salazar, and Crozer. I think the Weskers are still going to win. Favorite book to movie adaptation? Harry Potter. More useful healing item. Black bass or the eggs? Black bass from 4, eggs from 5. You can get quite a few black bass in Resident Evil 4, but the eggs are still more abundant. So I'll go with the eggs. Thoughts on if your first name is lame or good? I actually have a real life friend around here named Wyatt, so I have no... I don't think people's names are weird. If they're unique, I think they're interesting. Would I rather wiggle... Nice wording there, man. I would rather go for Rebecca, though. Thoughts on the death penalty? Man, certain criminals, man, who just... They're not on this earth at all. So I think the death penalty is a relevant punishment. Do I have shiny white teeth? No, I don't. I do not. What did I think of Parker overall as a character? I thought he was a nice supportive character, actually. In some cases, he's there as a comic relief, but in other cases, it's pretty serious. So, yeah. Thoughts on how to lower crime in high crime areas? Need to up the law enforcement or something. I don't know. Do I think SpongeBob likes Sandy? Yeah, maybe. Thoughts on how Trump should handle North America? Not the way he is right now. Thoughts on climate change? Nothing we can do about it. It's just Mother Nature. Then again, we are destroying the ozone, and part of it is our fault, so should knock it off. See you, Zelda Heights. Okay, political, you're getting weird. What would I rather have for home defense? A shotgun or a handgun? I'd rather have a shotgun, I think. Thoughts on how to reduce drug addiction? Make a worldwide PSA showing the negative effects. Thoughts on reducing food insecurity? The hell is this? I don't know about that one, man. Do I personally want to have a weapon in real life? If so, which one? I would personally love to have a Beretta M92F in my possession. Do I believe the pay gap is a real issue? I don't know, man. The population is ever expanding. Gotta have restrictions of some sort, I guess. Josh and Sheva married. Yeah, I would love that. That is definitely a couple right there. Have I ever sold the one and only large bass in Resident Evil 4 to a merchant? I probably have at once, actually. Did I know that Ted Bundy had sex with his victims yet? Yeah. He's one of the most well-known sexual criminals in history. What do you take me for? Leon or Chris in a 1v1 fisticuffs. Fisticuffs. Chris is going to win when it comes to fists. That's for sure. Would I consider Ashley... Would I consider Ashley could be in Resident Evil 8 to make it a true survival horror? I don't know about that. Sleep with Trump's daughter, Ivanka. Or sleep with real-life Jill. I'll take Jill, thank you. Will I ever like to visit space? That would be something, actually. Yeah. I just don't know how I feel about the launching process. Or the re-entry process. CMX. Do I hate sunburns? Yeah, actually. I take extreme measures to avoid those these days. Okay. Hot dogs are yummy, so probably. Do I drink Capri Sun? Yeah. Those little juice pouches. I actually love those things. I grew up with them. What is my favorite flavor? Sweet, salty, sour, bitter, or savory? Sweet. Am I a cat or dog person? I am a dog person. Do I really want to try a Magnum? Yeah. Didn't the Zodiac Killer live in California? I don't know. Look him up. Do I think science is going too far? No. It's not. The day we have robots killing humanity, that's when it will have been taken too far. Would I ever prefer a gun with lots of ammo or the one that is more powerful? Take the more powerful one. Thoughts on people who make everything political? Don't involve me in your bullshit. You own a Beretta 92 FS, and I can't recommend it more than a nightstand gun. I just would have cared. Okay. Hot dogs or hamburgers? I'll go with hamburgers. Chicago typewriter or AK-47? The AK-47. Do I like relish on my hot dogs? No, I do not. Thoughts on possibly owning a pet spider? Nope. Who's the second most annoying character? And I have caught up with you guys. Okay. Who is the second most annoying Resident Evil character besides Ashley? It probably is Steve Burnside in that case. Although I do hate Jessica from Resident Evil Revelations 1. I wouldn't say she's annoying, though. She's just turncoat bitchy. So, alright. Would I prefer a zombie apocalypse or a robot uprising? I think I'd prefer a zombie apocalypse, actually. Jim squeals when he dives. He kind of does, yeah. He just whimpers, more or less. Have I ever played Resident Evil Survivor 2? It's like Code Veronica Maps. You can only play in North America on PC emulated for PS2 Japanese religion. I have yet to play Survivor 2, so when I actually go through it in my Let's Plays, it will sort of be blind. So that's going to be interesting. In the future, do I think robots is the best strategy ever? Not too sure about the matter. Favorite Easter egg in this series? I know this question was asked before, and it's pretty dang broad, but just all the throwbacks in Resident Evil 7, I would say. Be super good at math or super good at 3 languages of my choice. Well, I am already pretty good at math, and I enjoy the hell out of it sometimes. I'm a numberphile, so I think I'll take the math part. Would I drive a tank if given the chance? Yeah. Favorite month of the year? December. From which is more useful, spoons or forks? Forks. Do I want to hear a spoiler? Fuck off. Alright, we got 3 minutes. what are my thoughts on Resident Evil 6? Half of it is pretty good. The other half is just yet another downhill slant in the series. My ultimate zombie apocalypse survival strategy. Barricade the hell out of myself, get a lot of weaponry, and find people I could trust. Do I believe in spirits, ghosts, and demons? No. Have I ever watched the movie I Am Legend? Yeah, what a great movie. Well, first of all, you spelled there wrong, and prove it. If I was in the military, would I be a sniper or someone in the front lines? I would be a sniper. What would I go to school for? What would I like to go? Well, I already went to school for video production, so if you don't count that, then I would probably go for like chemistry or biology of some sort. What is the hardest Resident Evil? Probably Code Veronica, even though I know it really, really well and it's not hard for me anymore. Do I think that the government should abolish pennies? Yes, I actually do. I really wanted them to annex the penny completely, just like Canada did. What do I think of racist people? They don't... Just, why? Why? Like, no one deserves death, but makes me want to wish death upon them in some cases, man. You don't... Okay, I'm not going to say they don't deserve to live, but you don't deserve to live fruitiously. That's for damn sure. What do I think of Michael Jackson? One of the best musicians ever to live. Thoughts on Resident Evil 8 being a racing game? Fuck off. Have I ever watched The Departed? No, I've seen parts of it. Have I ever watched the movie Road to Perdition? No. Well, can't wait to see Resident Evil Code Veronica X Epilogue. It's already uploaded, man. You better check it out. Have I watched the movie Jurassic World? Yes, I have. What is the easiest Resident Evil? I think Resident Evil 3 is one of the easiest ones. If not, it's Survivor with how short it is. Alright, people, last minute. Thoughts on how to deal with sexism? Just don't label people. Am I going to play Sweet Home? It's not a Resident Evil game, so no. 30 seconds. Yeah. You do the same. Would I rather be alone in a zombie apocalypse and be 85% safe, or be in a group of survivors but only have a 45% chance one will betray you? Betrayal will destroy all of us, so I'll take the alone with 85% being safe. And that, my people, is my timer going off. So, the last question I see is reaction if I lost all but 1,000 subscribers, which happens to be the last question. Okay, I'll do... If I lost all but 1,000 subscribers, they better be the most dedicated ones. That's all I'm saying. My favorite Resident Evil 1 is Resident Evil 2, so I'm regarding that one the best. Alright, so I'm going to end this Q&A now. Nice hour and a half, so I hope you guys enjoyed that little extension. My throat is actually starting to hurt, so I'm definitely not going to do these too often, that's for sure. But, hell, when I reach... I think when I reach number 50, I'm going to do another one like this, probably more like 2 hours. And, yeah, my voice is going to suck after that, but hey, it's for you guys. So, anyway... Alright, oh, so if you guys didn't even notice, I added something new to these Q&As down here. So, I added my YouTube name and my links to my Facebook and Twitter, so I no longer have to really say it at the end of all of these. So you could always check them out right there. Alrighty, so, bye Jeremiah. Todd, unfortunately you too late, you just got here. I'm ending it right now. Peace out, Dylan Espinoza. See you next week, Political. Thanks, and God, for sure. My big loss. Get better. What do you mean? You get better. Great stream, Shank. Thank you. Wyatt. Great bye, DeAndre. Alright. See you guys. This is Shankster94, aka the Gamer Shankster. Rate, comment, subscribe. Check out my link. Wrong side. Check out my links right there. And I'll see you guys in the next Q&A. Number 11. Be an all-out normal one. And also, I'll let you guys know when I start guiding and stuff. Alright. Peace out.